Hello and welcome to the In Focus series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's episode we will be discussing about the COP29 which has started in Baku, Azerbaijan. So when you study about or when you know about the COP, which is the Conference of Parties, so there is an important part which you need to understand, that what are the important terms or what are the important jargons that you hear whenever you are reading about anything or any conference or any organization which is dealing with the issue of environment. So we will be talking about what are the important jargons or what are the important terms that you need to understand with regard to COP29 or with regard to any other environmental organization. So let us first of all discuss the timeline. So about the news, then COP29 important jargons and prelims. MCQ topic is of relevance from general studies paper 3, that is environment and ecology. So Drishti IAS has come up with the IASGS foundation course which will be covering both prelims and mains in English medium in offline mode. So the batches are starting in Indore, that is 13th of November. Batch timing is 3:30 p.m. Delhi Karol Bagh is 26th November, 6 p.m. If you have any query, give us a call at 8010-440-440. So the news talks about carbon markets NCQC Paris Agreement. As COP29 begins, climate jargon you need to know. Climate jargon, because these terms, if anyone is not aware about that how the COP works, then what is a COP? What is Paris Agreement? What is carbon markets? What are NCDCs? So what are these terms? So let's begin. So the 29th edition of the COP, that is the Conference of Parties, is taking place or has begun in Baku, Azerbaijan, and it will go on for around 10 days, and it will be a guide to key terms in the climate change conservation. So let us see. So the first term that we need to discuss or with that we need to know is COP. Now whenever we hear COP29 is taking place, now what becomes very basic is to know what is COP. Now the full form of the term of COP is Conference of Parties. Now this term tells us that it's a conference of parties, but who are these parties who are taking part in this conference? So parties are those countries which come together and meet and then talk or discuss about the environmental issues. So all the countries are referred to as parties. So it is an international climate meeting. International climate meeting means that globally many countries come together and meet, and it is organized annually by the United Nations. Then parties is a reference to around 198 countries that have joined the international treaty called the UNFCCC, that is United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. So all the parties or all the countries who are parties to this, they come and participate in the COP. Then under the COP, voluntary actions are taken to prevent dangerous anthropogenic interference. Anthropogenic interference means the human caused pollution or human caused greenhouse gases or human caused climate change. So voluntary actions to prevent dangerous anthropogenic interference with the climate system. It means that the discussion is done with regard to the climate change, or the discussions are done with regard to the events which are causing harm to the environment or ecology, and what needs to be done or what step needs to be taken to mitigate these harmful things which are taking place. And with regard to this, anthropogenic interference is also discussed. Then comes the next phrase, and that is the Kyoto Protocol. Now Kyoto Protocol you must have heard many a times, because it is considered as the basic protocol from which the things, or you can say the talks, started with regard to promoting or saving the or stopping the climate change process. So it is a legally binding agreement. A legally binding agreement means that the countries who signs in it or who participates in it have to follow whatever is the outcome of this protocol. Now legally binding agreement that aims to reduce greenhouse gas emission and combat climate change. Now how to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and how to combat climate change, these were the main discussions of the Kyoto Protocol. Binding emission reduction targets were set for industrialized countries and the European Union. So basically the developed countries were given targets. So targets are based on the principle of common but differentiated responsibilities and respected capabilities. Now, what is common but differentiated responsibility? Now, common and differentiated responsibility means that there are many countries who have contributed to the increasing pollution levels or increasing temperature levels since the industrialization process has taken place. But not every country will be able to do as they are required to do, and that is why they are called common but differentiated responsibility. The things for which they have to share responsibility for the mitigation of or reducing the temperature rise is common. The reasons are common, but the capability of every country to deal with it is different. Now, after Kyoto Protocol comes the Paris Agreement. Now, with regard to climate change, Paris Agreement is one of the terms or phrase which you will always hear in news. Now, Paris Agreement was adopted in 2015 at COP21 in Paris, and the aim was to limit rising global average temperature. Now, this rising global average temperature, the limit was that around 2 degrees Celsius needs to be done, but it will be very good if they can stop it at 1.5 degrees Celsius with regard to the pre-industrial levels, because the temperature rise which is taking place at a faster rate, and this rate needs to be stopped or needs to be managed with 1.5 degrees Celsius with regard to the pre-industrial times. Then it is considered a landmark deal as it legally binds around 195 nations for the first time ever. So it was also legally binding to combat climate change and adapt to its effects. Then this will also bring down the global temperature level by at least 1.5 degrees Celsius relative to pre-industrial times, and it is guided by the principle of common but differentiated responsibilities. It means that countries who have caused or who have contributed in rising the global temperature will also have to share responsibility of bringing it down, but this responsibility can be different for one country, from one country to another country. Then comes the next, and that is the Glasgow Pact. Now, what is Glasgow Pact? Glasgow Pact is a pact which called for phase down of coal and fossil fuel. Phase down of coal, it means that the use of coal needs to reduce, while phase out of fossil fuels, it means that the use of fossil fuel needs to first reduce and then ultimately it need to move out, and renewable energy or the nation or the globe must shift to renewable energies. Then first time that a UN climate agreement explicitly mentioned coal. So it explicitly mentioned or talked about coal. Then the pact also marked the resolution of the deadlock over carbon markets. Now, carbon market concept was discussed in this. Now, what is a carbon market? As the name itself is telling, it is a market where the trading of carbon takes place. Now, what happens in a market? You go to a shopkeeper. If shopkeeper gives you any item, then you pay for that item. It means you give something, you take something. Now same happens, or the same concept is followed in a carbon market. So there is a market in which there is a carbon credit. Now carbon credit means that every country is contributing to the rising temperatures. Now when they are contributing to the rising temperature, the responsibility that they also have to take is that they are also responsible, or they are the one who are responsible for bringing the temperature down. Now the footprint and the handprint needs to be equal. So there is a certain target which is set by every country. Now when every country which sets a certain target, now imagine if every country achieves that target and then they perform better than the target that they have set for themselves. Then if they perform better, then for better performance, certain credits will be given to them. Now if certain credits will be given to them, and there are other countries also who are not able to achieve the target or their targets which they have set for themselves, then what these countries can do, the country which is not able to achieve its target, they can contact with the country who has achieved its target and has gained some carbon credit, and they can take the carbon credit from them. In return, they can give some money, and that discussion can be done between the country which has achieved the target and the country which has not achieved the target. Now this can be done between the two. Now this is the concept of carbon credits. Now next comes the greenhouse gases. Now what is the concept of the greenhouse gases? A concept of a greenhouse gas is that these are gases that trap heat in the atmosphere and are known as greenhouse gases. That trap heat in the atmosphere means that greenhouse gases, they create or they also form a phenomena called the greenhouse, in which the heat is trapped. Now when the heat is trapped, so in that situation, the temperature within that zone where the heat is trapped, or the greenhouse zone, the temperature in that particular greenhouse zone rises or is very high as compared to the outside temperature because of the trapping of the heat. Now that is why they are the gases that trap heat in the atmosphere. And when the heat is trapped, then the temperature rise takes place. Then they allow sunlight to pass through the atmosphere but obstructs the heat from leaving. So sunlight can pass from the greenhouse gases, but heat is trapped. Heat cannot go out. Then the main source for the greenhouse gases is burning of fossil fuels like coal, diesel, gasoline or petrol, kerosene and natural gas. So these are the main source of greenhouse gases. Then which are the major greenhouse gases? So they are carbon dioxide, methane and nitrous oxide. Carbon dioxide, methane and nitrous oxide. Then comes the next term, and that is net zero. Now the target that India has set for themselves for net zero emissions is year 2070. Now what is net zero? Net zero, the concept of net zero is also known as carbon neutrality. Carbon neutrality. Now what this means is that it does not mean that the country will not produce emissions. It means that whatever quantity of emissions the country is producing, so the country must also develop ability so that the country can absorb the same amount of emissions which they are producing. So whatever they are giving out, they have the ability that they can take it back. So whatever the emissions that they are producing, they must have the ability to observe that much emissions back. Now there are certain techniques which are used for this getting back of the emissions, like for example the carbon sink process or the carbon sequestration process, or developing more and more forest or the planting of trees. So these forest or the carbon sinks, they work as a very good source where the carbon storage can take place and the sinking of the carbon can take place. So this is about net zero. The next term, that is IPCC, that is Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. Now it is a United Nations body. So important point for you to remember that it is a UN body for assessing the science related to climate change, and it was set up in the year 1988 by the WMO and the UNEP. WMO is the World Meteorological Organization and UNEP is United Nations Environment Protection, or you can say the United Nations Environment Program. Sorry, United Nations Environment Program is UNEP. And the main activity or the main aim of the IPCC is to prevent or to prepare assessment reports, special reports and methodology reports assessing the state of knowledge of climate change. So basically the IPCC works about seeing and how the state is performing. Then comes the next point or the next phrase, and that is the nationally determined contributions, and that is the NDC, nationally determined contributions. So NDCs are, look at the phrase very nicely, that is nationally. Nationally means that the state or the country determined contributions. So how much contribution will that state or how much contribution will that country will make? So that is nationally determined contributions. So that will be a country's climate action plan under Paris Agreement. So NDCs comes under Paris Agreement, and what happens under NDCs is that every country sets certain kind of goals for themselves, that this is the goal that we have for our country and we will try to achieve this goal. Like for example, that this much is the carbon production reduction we will do, or this much target we have for the absorption of the carbon emissions that we are doing, or this much we will be shifting to the renewable energy targets. So these are few of the points that every country sets for themselves, or every country the goals or the targets they set for themselves. Then this will be outlining its goal to reduce emissions and adapt to climate change. And every country must adapt its emissions every 5 years. So every 5 years the changes are being observed. Then comes the next point, and that is the new collective quantified goal, that is NCQG. That is new collective quantified goal. So the new amount that must be mobilized by developed countries every year from the year 2025. From the year 2025 onwards, to finance climate action in developing countries. So the developed countries will contribute to help the developing countries to fight against climate change. Then it has to be more than 100 billion. So around 100 billion is the amount that developed countries will contribute collectively every year from 2020, but the developed countries have not been able to achieve this. And it is expected that at COP29, NCQG will be expected to finalize that a new step will be taken under the NCQG. Then comes the next phrase, and that is the common but differentiated responsibility. This we have already discussed. It is a principle which works within the UNFCCC, that is the United Nations Framework Convention under Climate Change, and it acknowledges different capabilities and differing responsibilities of individual countries in addressing climate change. And the principle is enshrined in Earth Summit 1992, which was held in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. So these were about the different terms that a person needs to know if they want to understand any COP meeting, that is the Conference of Parties meeting, which is as of now taking place in Baku, Azerbaijan, COP29. And in the end, a prelims MCQ, and you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. The IPCC was formed by, so the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change was formed by WMO plus UNESCO, WMO plus UNEP, UNEP plus FAO, UNEP plus UNFCCC. So give me the answer in the comment section. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing, and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.